In your game against the Clippers a couple weeks ago, one of the fastest turnarounds in game that I can recall. What led to the turnaround in that first half?
Well, a bad start is one thing, and so we want to avoid that in this game tomorrow at all costs. It was a pretty volatile game all the way around, a lot of swings back and forth. We got the lead back, then they got the lead back, then we got it back, then they got it back, and it was a real fight down to the end. So possession of the ball is key. They rebound well. Zubats is a big problem. Defensively, they've got three guys that are super disruptive in Dunn. They now have Ben Simmons, who's an elite defender, and Kawhi Leonard's been one of the best since he's been in the league. So, dealing with those guys, and they have other really good defensive players as well. So, hard, physical game. We're going to have to use our depth well, and we're going to play fast.
Your turnover numbers have been really good for really about a month and a half now. Is there anything that you've seen or you would point to, or is a lot of that just chemistry and cohesiveness because these guys have been around each other for so long?
Well, just in general, our game has gotten better, more tightened up in recent weeks, and we certainly want to keep it that way. As we've gotten healthier, we've gotten more symmetry and synergy with our group, and so. But this team is a team that can throw that stuff out of whack very quickly, and so offensively, can't take anything for granted. No passes, can't have any loose dribbles. Otherwise, they're going the other way with it.
Nesmith had a very active game the other night. Just what was your impressions of him against Memphis, and then just the way that he's gotten more, back to himself since all the time off?
Yeah, it's a long process coming back from being out 2.5 months, and so he did a very good job with rehab and all of the ramp ups that were very gradual, leading up to his first game. I think he played against Detroit. And so, this was a very long journey, and now you can tell he's starting to feel better. He's moving better, better rhythm on his shots. The crashing was a key part of the game against Memphis, and we need more of that activity from him.
I'm not sure if you can talk about the Jahlil Okafor decision, but just what, I guess, do you have in mind for him heading back to the G League?
Yeah, he's going back to the Matty. That's my understanding. And then, Kevin and Chad are the guys to talk to about personnel things. Right now we have two healthy centers, so. We'll see where it all goes, and whether, if and when we do make another roster move, and if we do again, it could well be him again.
I looked at the schedule after the All-Star break, and I thought it was good that it was like three really good Western Conference teams that you had to be ready to go after the break. How did you approach having the break and then getting ready for this stretch?
It was a break, but at the same time, we're still athletes, we're still pros. We maintain our bodies and still get workouts in, shots up, but just staying ready. This is our job, so we want to come back in the best shape and prepare for these upcoming teams.
You had won 5 of 8 going into the break, but I think there was a feeling as a team you could play better. Is that accurate?
Yeah. Win or lose, we always get better from every single game. We look at the mistakes and try to minimize all of them for the upcoming games. And so we're just getting better every single day as a team to improve our success.
The bench has really provided a boost in a number of games. With Ben in the second unit, how does that group become even more potent?
Yeah, the attention that Ben brings, obviously he's an elite scorer. He plays great defense, and for him to be added with TJ, myself, Ben, TB, he's been doing great, and it's been helping our bench a lot. But yeah, I feel like everybody on our bench has been doing their job. Playing defense is the main thing, though.
People ask me about the second half, and I mentioned health is going to be so important. But if you're fully healthy, how much does that help that you guys can just outlast people, outrun people.
Yeah, we're one of the fastest team in this league, if not the fastest. Like if we stay healthy, it's dangerous because we got depth. The more people that play, the more energy we get into the game. Anybody on this team can have a great night any given night. So that's what we live by.
Yeah, what's been your impression of just Aaron Nesmith and the way that he's sort of gotten himself back after the amount of time he's missed in a pretty good game the other night?
I mean, I feel like he's picked up right where he left. Obviously, he's a dog on the defensive side. He's been hitting his threes, moving the ball. He's been great ever since he's came back.
Pretty active game for you the other night. I guess just what was kind of working for you then, and how I guess comfortable do you feel with the amount of games you've had back since all the time you missed?
I think All-Star break helped me a lot. With the ankle and letting it rest and getting it back right. So I just felt good out there 2 days ago. Got in a good rhythm and hopefully continue in that rhythm moving forward.
Is there a certain point in time in these games back where you felt like you were yourself again, or what's that process been like to feel in the flow again?
Yeah, just having the right mindset going into games. Getting up more threes. Just finding my game again. So it was good.
Crashing is a big part of your game, but I know you have to do it smart. You can't just at all times crash the glass. But how did you take advantage of the opportunities that were there on Thursday against Memphis?
Like I said, it was in the forefront of my mind, so I just tried to change my mindset with some things in the Memphis game. Starting the second, the later half of the season, focus on some different things, and crashing is one of them for me. So.
There's one sequence where Tyrese said you have to really get it going. You got an offensive rebound after he missed and kicked it back out to him, and then the light bulb seemed to go off for him. When you get those rebounds, are you kind of mixing whether you put it right back up or the kick out three?
It's a read. If I can put it back up, you got to put it back in. But usually, offensive rebounds lead to open threes, and most of the time they go in, and they're big momentum plays. So just kind of look out for the open three.
50-point second quarter. You don't see that very often. What was working in that quarter?
We played team basketball. We moved the ball. Ball didn't stick, and we just instilled confidence in each other.
You've been starting now a few games. I know it probably doesn't matter to you start or come off the bench, but how do you fit with that starting group?
I just think we got a good rhythm together. We've been together for like 2 years, and most of us. So it's been, it's kind of just easy. We just know where each other like to be. We know each other's rhythm, all that. So it's fun. Yeah.
Defense, one of the things you want to try to do early in games is put your imprint on the game on that end of the floor.
Defense is. I love playing defense. So always take the matchups personal. Always enjoy it. And have fun with it.